Hi, welcome to ICT in Year 7. In this short video assembly, I'm going to talk you through some of the things that you can expect when you're using ICT this year. I'm also going to talk to you about things like your acceptable use policy so that you know about your responsibilities and how to keep yourself safe when you're using technology. So I hope that this is useful. There will actually be a quiz at the end of this. You're going to have a little form to fill in to find out what you've remembered from this assembly. So please make sure that you're listening carefully to the things that I go through. To start off with, we're just going to watch a very short video.
I bought something from you last week, and I'm very disappointed.
Oh, yeah? What's the problem?
Yeah, well, my BlackBerry is not working.
What's the matter? Run out of juice?
No, it's completely frozen.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I'll tell you what. Let's try it on orange.
That's got a few black spots, you see.
Oh, dear, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Was there anything I do to get my BlackBerry working?
Well, it could be an application issue. But where'd you store that BlackBerry?
It's on my desktop.
Well, you could try using a mouse to drag the BlackBerry to the trash. Then after you've done that, you might want to launch the BlackBerry from the desktop.
Well, I've already tried that a few times. I mean, all it did was mess up Windows.
Well, it might be worth waiting a couple of weeks. They got the latest BlackBerries coming in then.
Well, could you give me a date?
Certainly.
Let me put that date in my diary.
Anything else I can help you with?
Yes, I've also got a problem, to be honest, with my Apple.
Oh dear, that is an old Apple, isn't it?
Yeah.
When did you buy that?
Last week.
Last week? Oh, they brought out 2 new Apples since then. What's the problem with it?
Well, I've tried to put my dongle in it, and it won't fit.
Oh, yeah. And how big's your dongle?
Well, I don't know much about these things, but my wife's seen a few dongles in her time. And she says it's a little bit on the small side.
Well, I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do about that. Tell you what, let me try booting it. No, it's crashed. Anything else I can help you with?
Well, funnily enough, yes, my grandson's birthday soon, you see. Now, he's already got an Apple and a BlackBerry. I mean, have you got anything else that you might just like?
Well, we're doing a special offer on these. I mean, I can't make head or tail of them, but the kids seem to like them.
Oh, yeah.
Xbox. 360.
Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that video. And the point I want to make following it is, as you saw, there are lots of different devices that you can use ICT on. You can use them to connect to the internet and things like that. Now, you're going to be using quite a variety of devices in school. You know, you'll have the opportunity to use things like Chromebooks, which we'll be getting in very soon. There are different computers around the school with specialist software on. You might be using things like digital cameras. And outside of school, when you're doing things like your homework, you might be using your own device that you've got at home. Now, all of these devices, the advice that I'm going to give you later on when we talk about responsible use applies to all of them. So it doesn't matter what device you're using, the same types of things apply. And we expect the same of you with all of those devices. So I've already mentioned that I'm going to ask you a few questions at the end in a quiz, which your learning guides will hand out to you. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is Frog, which is your VLE. So you will all be able to log into Frog. It's the same username and password as you use to log into the computers, and you'll get that username and password soon. So when you log onto the computer and you open up the browser, the first page that it goes to is Frog. And like I say, you just type in username and password and it takes you in there. You can get the Frog through the internet as well if you're at home. You just type in frog.cramlingtonlv.co.uk. Now, I've not written that down here because you'll get used to that very, very quickly. And when you open up Frog on the computers, you'll be able to see what that web address is. I don't have any doubts that you'll learn how to get to it very, very quickly. So when you go into Frog, this is what it looks like. So this is just a screenshot of the type of page that you will see. So you can see here on the left-hand side where my cursor is, there's a timetable for the day. So that tells you what lessons you've got during that day. You can click on the link at the bottom to see your full timetable. And obviously to start off with, you're going to have a printout of your timetable in your planner. But as you start going through the year, most students and teachers tend to use just Frog here just to give themselves a little bit of a reminder of what they've got coming up that day or the day after or whatever. Now, this isn't just a timetable because you can also click on some links on here. So where it says HUM there, that stands for Humanities. ENG stands for English. You've got DT, Core PE, Science, and so on. Now, if you click on any of those lessons, it takes you to the home page for that subject area. So you can go there to get to the different lessons that teachers are going to use, to access different online materials and things that are going to be helpful to you in that subject. So that link takes you to the subject homepage. Alongside that, you've got your class code. So that's just the class that you're in. So if you're in 9S Humanities MEG, yours will say 7 at the front because you're in year 7. This is the timetable of a student who's in year 9. So if you click on that link, that class code, that takes you to what we call the class blog for that class. So every single class in the school has their own class blog. And that's a place where your teacher can put resources. You can maybe upload work that you've done so that your teacher can see it. You can upload work so that other students can see it and give you feedback. So it's a space where your class can work together and collaborate electronically. So that link takes you there. Really useful tool for you. And there are other things on there as well, which you'll find out once you start using them, like your teacher can set polls for you, they can ask questions and you can reply to them electronically. So there's quite a bit of stuff built into that blog that can help you in lessons. Now, if we go to this middle area here, these are where lots of different tools are that you'll be using online. So Frog is your way to get to all of these tools if you want to use it that way. So this button here, Gmail, that takes you to your emails. So your emails provided by the school are only able to email other people in school. So you can't email people outside of school. If you wanted to do that, you'd have to use your own personal email account. So we restrict emails to just people who are part of the school. We obviously expect you to use them for school purposes only, and we expect you to use them sensibly, so that you're not sending nasty messages to people or being silly with them or anything like that. So they're there to be used for your work in school and to communicate with other people. Just to warn you, we do monitor them. So we do check the types of emails that people are sending, just to make sure that nobody's bullying other people or anything like that. And if you do get an email where you think that somebody sent something unkind to you, please report that straight away to your learning guide or your learning manager so that we can follow up on that and make sure that that doesn't continue. Alongside that, you have your Google Drive. Now, most of the tools that you use on your Chromebooks and on the computers will be Google tools. So you're not going to be using very regularly things like Microsoft Word or PowerPoint and things like that. We've got them and you can use them on school computers, but we tend to use the Google tools like Google Docs, Google Slides and things like that. And the reason we use them is it's much, much easier to send those to other people to have a look at and for your teachers to see and mark. And it's easier for you to collaborate with other people as well. So alongside that, we've got Google Classroom, which is a way that we will set work. You don't need to understand a great deal about that at the moment. Once you start using it in your subjects, we'll explain how to use that. But that's a way that teachers will set you work and you can reply to that work and do the work electronically and upload it. Now this video is about to run out because I've got a 5-minute limit, so I'll record a second video for the next part of the assembly.